Hey there, welcome back. If you're new, my name is Steve, and I'm working on a racing game in Unity. These are my devlogs. So today I was working on starting to set up the AI traffic system. I went in and set up a bunch of AI waypoint routes. So these are just individual waypoint routes that match up with the segments in the art scene. So this is the open world scene. Let me go ahead and drag in the art scene. And what I'm probably going to do is turn these routes into some kind of prefab or something, and then just have it loaded into, or maybe make it its own scene actually. And then I could have that traffic system loaded into all of the scenes, and it won't necessarily be tied to the open world. And then I could create variations of the traffic for different types of customizations I might want for different events. But with the open world art in here and the AI waypoint routes, you could kind of see what I set up. Basically, not too much. I have a much larger landscape of road set up, but I don't want to go crazy with it yet because I don't really know what I'm doing with the area, and there's just a lot of things that are going to change. One of the things that I want to test specifically is the performance of the system. So let me actually just go ahead and, well, to show you how it works in a little bit more detail, at the end of the waypoint route, so for example, this final waypoint, each waypoint has all these parameters, so I could tell all of the traffic to do different things. And anyway, one of the options is I can set a new route point, or I could set multiple new route points and it'll pick one at random. So basically, however I hook these together, that's what the AI will do. And I wrote a traffic light system. I'll end up throwing that in here soon. But my main test here is for performance, not really functionality. I know the system works. I just need to be able to scale it up for more vehicles. But anyway, that's the way this system works. So let me just go ahead and jump into a game. And then we can just drive around and see what the AI looks like. So I'll just create a new character profile and load it into the open world, and we'll be able to see them. So one of the things I also focused on today was setting up a basic ECS demo. I went and followed a tutorial. Basically, that's what I'm thinking about using to scale up this traffic system for performance. So right here, I'm getting about 60 frames a second, and I feel like if I were to add any more vehicles beyond this, that's when I'd start to see a performance hit, possibly. So that's probably the biggest thing that I'm concerned with, is creating a really powerful traffic system. There's a bunch of things that I can do to make to like fake it, but with the entity component system available, I have a feeling I'm just going to take the time and make a really cool traffic system that can support all of these vehicles. Just and yeah, basically. So I'll show you the scene that I set up and the tutorial series that I followed. All of these vehicles in the right lane, they're just gonna stop driving because they don't have any place. They don't have another route hooked up to the final route that guy just hit. And all of these cars have sensors on them, so they stop when there's a car stopped in front of them, or me. They'll stop for me. Sometimes they might not stop fast enough and they might bump each other a little bit, but for the most part, all of the sensors are working the way that I want. The sensors are actually really powerful. That guy just did a bunch of weird stuff. Also, I have all of these waypoints enabled. You might be able to see them in the video. I'm not sure when the lights go on them. Those are probably costing some performance, but anyway, so that's the traffic system, and right now they're just kind of driving around, and I'm using it for a performance test. Let's see. So the guy that does the ECS tutorial, this is his channel. It's called Code Monkey. I strongly recommend it. So if you're interested in ECS, he did a really good job just explaining how it works. So I followed his tutorial and basically created some entities, some components, and a system to control them. So the idea here is that if you haven't heard of it, like right now I have 10,000 sprites just all moving, and they're all moving at different speeds, and they have basically values that I can control. So my thought would be to try to optimize the traffic system and figure out how to move more of that logic into an entity and component system to control the traffic. I don't know how much work it's going to take, and I know the systems are still in preview, but that's one of the directions that I'm considering taking with the traffic. And I think I'd rather go in that direction than try to figure out how to just like fake optimize it by disabling mesh renders and pooling the vehicles. Like, of course I could do that, but I think moving into the entity component system and just following Unity throughout their updates as it changes, I think that might be a good move, probably a better move. But that's where I'm at. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for checking this out.